Hello friends. Now that we're all stuck inside, I was trying to figure out how I could contribute to society. And some of my friends are making videos that they're showing on Facebook, like calisthenics videos, which I think is great, and crafts videos. There are people who were, teaching you how to sew and how to paint, and I think that's wonderful. And so I tried to figure out what I could do to contribute to society. And one thing I can do is law stuff, but I thought you guys would be bored watching me review a contract. But the other thing that I am good at is making drinks. So I thought I would teach you all how to make some drinks. Today we're going to start with a martini. Now I know what you're thinking. Sharon, when I go into a restaurant, I get a martini menu and there's all these complicated drinks and they have 6 or 7 ingredients. How could I possibly make one of those martinis? Let me just explain to you, those are not actually martinis. They're just pretty fun drinks in a martini glass. It's fine with me that they're called martinis on those menus in the restaurants. I'm not a purist, but I'm just telling you, those are not martinis. A real martini, a true martini, is made with gin, and dry vermouth. There are 2 kinds of vermouth. There's dry vermouth and sweet vermouth. Dry vermouth is what we use in a martini. Now, gin these days is not super popular. Most people, when they make martinis, want it made with vodka. If you go into a bar and you say to a bartender, I want a martini, if he or she knows anything, they're gonna make it with gin. So you really should say, I want a vodka martini, if you want a vodka martini, because a true martini is made with gin, and that's what we're gonna use. Now, you take your gin. If you have a cocktail shaker, which is just like a big metal cup, you fill it with ice, and then you take a slow 3 count of alcohol. So it's 1, 2, 3. You put the lid of your martini shaker on, and then you shake it. Why do we do this? We do this to make the alcohol cold, because we don't actually put ice in this drink, as you all know. So we shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Then we take our fancy smancy strainer. If you don't have a strainer, you could use a slotted spoon from your kitchen, but I have a strainer, so I'm gonna use that. And then we take our martini glass. Now this is not exactly a martini glass. Let me explain why. I was getting some painting done in the house and I put all of my glassware away. So I can't find my martini glasses. So this is almost a martini glass and we're gonna use this. So you pour into your martini glass, or facsimile thereof, the alcohol in here. Now you're saying to yourself, Sharon forgot the vermouth. Oh my God, what kind of a bartender is she? That's not actually true. This is actually a dry martini. When somebody at a bar asks me for a dry martini, this is what I make, and then I take the vermouth bottle, I uncap it, I hold it like this, and I make the sign of the cross above the drink. There's your dry martini. That's how you do it. Now, if somebody says to you, why aren't you putting vermouth in my drink? If you feel like you need to, you can add a drop of vermouth. I mean a drop, okay? That's probably even too much, okay? A dry martini doesn't have vermouth. It just has you waving the vermouth bottle. Now, if you have some sort of religious objection to making the sign of the cross over your martini, I don't care what you do. Make a Jewish star, raise it in the air and say, Hail Satan, doesn't matter to me, okay? But the point is, if you want a dry martini, you should not put the vermouth in the glass. Just wave it around, okay? So, now, we have a glass with some alcohol in it. What else do you do with a martini? Well, you garnish it. There are 3 potential garnishes for a martini. There's an olive, an onion, and a twist. Now, an olive is really simple. You get a jar of olives. You take a spoon. You reach the spoon into the jar of olives. You maneuver it until you get an olive on the spoon and you drop it in there. We're not gonna do that just yet, okay? There are also cocktail onions. I didn't buy cocktail onions because I didn't feel like spending the money. They're little tiny onions. You can drop one in instead of an olive. That is called a Gibson. A martini with an onion in it is called a Gibson. The third option you have with a martini is a twist. It is a twist of lemon. What you do is you take a sharp knife to the peel of a lemon and you peel off just a little bit like this. Now, what you do is you take this little bit of white that you see, you run it around the rim of the glass so there's a little bit of that flavor, then you squeeze, because there actually is oil in this little bit of rind. You squeeze it like that to get the little drop of oil out, and then you drop it in there. Now, I personally do not like lemon in my drinks, so I will go with the olive. This is a dry martini. Thank you for watching. Enjoy. If there are drinks that you want to learn how to make, comment below because I would love to know. I'm happy to teach you anything you'd like to learn. Thank you.